Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf. Welcome back. And what I did this time, really kind of what I've probably been needing to do since like the end of episode 3, was slow down and focus on a land a little bit again. And so that's kind of what I did with the pirate area. Instead of like expanding off, like remember a couple of you guys were talking about we need to make believe with the story that Vikings landed here too, and they actually traveled here to sell their goods. A lot of you guys want to see that Nordic, Viking type theme play out somewhere in Stable's Rest. So we'll definitely get to that, but I just wanted to really try to focus on the pirate area and flesh it out a little more before we just kind of jump right into a whole new set. And one of the things I did that I think really helped me with that is I went in and changed some of the terrain texture, because the actual desert biome paint texture, the sand is still so dark, I couldn't really get that beachy type of bay inlet type of vibe that I wanted. So I went out and changed the terrain paint, and it made a world of difference here, really making this look like a beachy type of area. Also went into Wilderness Springs, and I brought in my a design I had there of like a Congo River Rapids type ride. But this one, of course, over here where the pirates take over, I'm imagining this being like a rum distillery type factory, and you're making your escape here out of the rum factory, and then you kind of weave in and out. I've still got a lot of foliage, a lot of rock work to do. But I'm definitely working on that. But yeah, so I decided also with that to bring in an early iteration that I did of Thunderhead of Dollywood. Like I wanted a really fast-paced, gritty GCI type coaster over here, so I brought in that old prototype because it's kind of been stuck in my head since we first moved over here, that I thought the pirate area needed like a really wooden kind of aggressive coaster over here, and I think it just fits with the bay perfect. Kind of sits right off back at the right off of the water, but it's back there far enough to have to kind of pull everybody to the back of the land. And I just thought that worked out killer over there. I don't know what I'll do on the back side. Maybe just build up some hills and do some foliage and rock work over there as well. But so yeah, the Pirates Bay ended up getting 3 attractions. So there's a lot going on over here. Of course, we have the rum runner over here. We've got the swinging boat ride, and then of course we've got our GCI. So this land, if you make your way over there, it packs a pretty good punch. And the one thing that sells it for me, just like I was telling Blue Avocado and Leaf Scott, a couple other people. It's the sight lines. I really want the sight lines of the coaster, of the coasters, to really just to be aesthetically pleasing, even for me just building like up in the air like this. I just love that silhouette out there on the other side of the bay, on the other side of that water. So I just thought that turned up really, really cool over there. And I still have to do some smoothing and a little bit of work on it, so we'll do a cinematic on that in episode 6 probably. And then I would say the whole Pirates Bay area, it will be done, because remember, even like in last episode, I still have to get over here and kind of, you know, kind of unnoob that up over there, because I really, really, like I said, that was in the really early days. So the theming line kind of cut off right here, so I got to get over there and finish that. But you know, I just really, really am pleased with how all of this area turned out, and really pleased that I was able to slow down and not just you know, just not have that urge to jump ahead too quick. We got to give some Blueprint shout outs, because look at this Chief Beef right here. Almost has a Harry Potter type of vibe to it, but I just love its silhouette mixed in with, like, it really contributes to like the hustle and bustle and the different cultures and personality of the Main Street area. And that's what I love about those towers. And, you know, even though like kind of right here, it would probably jam up, it may jam up the walkway a little bit with people like walking up and trying to order, but I still just loved that roof silhouette so much. I knew it had to be a part of our main little shopping district over there. So let's see, who is that? That was, do I have this filtered? Yeah, Steam Workshop. I love this little Chief Beef. Main Street Chief Beef Corner. And you guys can pick this up. The Major X's. He or she, I'm not sure, did a wonderful, wonderful job on that. So big shout out to Major X's. And I just think that fits perfect right here. Kind of really helps those buildings kind of turn the corner right there too. And like I said, I am just in love with those towers. That is just awesome. And then one of my older blueprints that I found on the workshop, and kind of like a cheeky little throwback to the Orca from Jaws. Make sure I give a proper shout out on that as well. Where is our Jaws? But here we go. The Jaws boat is by Dark Technos. So yeah, love that Jaws boat. That was just insanely cool. And that is an old blueprint of mine from an old buddy of mine, Dirt Techno. All right, guys. So I guess in one thing that we need to really talk about too is, what do you guys want to move on to next? I really am liking the idea of branching off on the other side of that market and doing like a Viking Nordic type village. So you know, you got to pass through the Vikings to get on to the next area, and maybe even, you know, running with that Viking theme, depending on what ideas I can come up with and kind of like what workshop items you guys have. I think the Vikings, it'd be cool for them to constitute their own ride as well. A couple of you guys said we need to move on to an Arabian area. That would be really cool. Just what some other things too. We could do like some British colonials. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff we can move on into, but I am really liking the Viking idea. Move like finishing up with pirates, and then maybe out this way start with Vikings, or kind of even have them off at the end of this market, maybe doing like a Viking area over here. So at least, you know, we know we won't have snow and stuff out here, but we can still, I think, come up with them some kind of cool village, like an area that they've branched off and kind of claimed their own area, like these other kind of like our other little crew out here, our crews out here have done. So the Pirates, they've definitely grabbed them up a pretty good chunk of land over here. So we'll have to see what we can kind of do with the Vikings over here, or maybe on that side. And yeah, so I don't know, guys. Like I said, we'll just kind of have to see how it goes, see what kind of mood I'm in. Don't forget also as well, Planet Coaster actually just came out on their official social media channels, and the console release, unfortunately, has been pushed back to holiday 2020. So it's not coming out this summer like originally projected. It will be coming out in holiday of 2020. But the one good thing about this whole kind of cutback is when they do show up in holiday, you will be able to get it. It will be for PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, the new Xbox Series X. So that is going to be really, really fun. And also, too, they're talking about better graphics, better optimization, and whatever they're trying to do as far as what happens on that new hardware. Seems really, really interesting to me. So we'll just kind of have to, see how it goes, and hopefully by Christmas, maybe by Black Friday, come Thanksgiving, we will definitely be right on the cusp of the new release date. So they still haven't given us a definitive date. They just say holiday 2020. So I will keep my eyes out and my ears peeled for some console news. I know a lot of you guys just don't really have a beefy enough computer to really jump in and play this for long. So a lot of you are really looking forward to it coming to PS4 and PS5 when it comes out. So you guys will be able to get in here and enjoy this with us. So anyways, I will jump on out of here. We will do us an overview. Probably episode 6 will do us a more in-depth overview. Anybody that's jumping on new, and we'll kind of talk about the backstory a little bit, or you can go watch. I've got it on a playlist here on the channel, so you're not very far behind right now. So go check that out. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. See ya.